Hey, what's up everybody? Before I start today's video proper, I just want to say that, you know how some of my videos you actually see me doing mods in my shop and everything. So yeah, I just want to tell you guys that you probably won't see videos of that anymore. Tomorrow, actually today, because it's past midnight, will be the last operational day of my shop. So yeah, we have to move out and close down. I don't know where I'll be after this. I don't know whether I'll have much time to carry on modding or dancing, whatever it is. But yeah, so just so you guys know, if I don't make videos as often as I normally do. Yeah. And then also when I came home, I also got onto YouTube and I saw this fella over here. That's excessive. He's just watch the video and you'll know. Okay, anyway, now to the main thing. This is an Xploderz. Obviously it's a bit different. You can see that there's a little 45-degree PVC joint with a funny looking stub at the end. Now yeah, these Xploderz, this is the XRanger 2000, I believe. Yeah, they were released in my country, in Singapore, maybe about a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, I actually spotted them off the shelves. I showed no interest in them because they were actually, firing water babies. Water babies, yeah, that's what they call it, like some hydro grow ammo things, like these gel spears, these spears of gel, and you have to grow them in water for like 4 hours. And I was thinking that's kind of silly, like, you know how we always have like a stash of darts, and if I were to go to war with those little water babies, then I'd have to grow them like 4 hours prior to the war, which is kind of silly. But then actually Xploderz had kind of like a bit of hype online, because everybody's talking about the size of the plungers. Is like really huge. This is like the size of the plunger. This XRanger 2000 is the biggest out of the whole lot, and people like Germ have already modded their Xploderz. You can see this bit. Yeah, it's just one of the many. And then finally when it arrived in Singapore and it took off, Expired Yogurt actually did his video, and he actually modded it to fire darts. You can check out this one. That's another review. And then another user on NerfSG, Hanzo. Yeah, he doesn't have a YouTube account, so I can't really link you. But he created a very ghetto-looking trigger mod. Yeah, like a catch system. And then Expired Yogurt did the same thing. And so Atani and I, we had this little like a challenge, I guess. It's just an idea that popped in my head, and I said, hey, I bet we could do like a trigger system too. And so I finished mine. You can actually watch the original video here. Yeah, it's really short, and that's really basic. It's like that's all you actually really need in order to make it like a trigger mech. But I shall run it through with you. Originally, I'm missing the stock, by the way. I'm just not putting it here. I'm not putting it on. There is like a stock. It's like pretty long. Yeah. The bipod still works. Alright, so what happens with the XRanger is it's like a pull and release system. Sorry, the Xploderz. It's like a pull and release system. There's no catch mechanism. So you kind of just aim, pull, and let go, and then it'll fire the water baby. Or if you convert it to fire darts, then it'll fire your dart. Kind of like a fox bowl. Or yeah, I can't think of any blaster in my mind right now that does the same pull and release action. But so I got to thinking, was thinking of working somewhere along the lines of a snap or an R3. And then it was when I was making an R3 that this idea hit me. I was thinking of making a reverse, like a reverse or an inverse R3 catch system. So yeah, right now if you have watched the original video, the modifications, the additions that I've done, or the improvements I've done, is that I've added guide rails. This is made out of clear PVC because that was whatever I had on hand. I just wanted to clear everything I had out of my shop. And then some machine screws to make it guide. This is like a slippery kind of slide sticker over here, so it's easier to slide and it won't scratch the shell of the blaster. So you can see a little hole over here, and then there's like a machine screw and some washers. It's hooked up to an L bracket. It's like the L bracket's like that, and then a PVC piece, and then some return springs. Just check the video description. The write-up's there. So every time I squeeze a trigger, you can see the little thing sticking out. The screw, it comes out, and yeah. So that's basically what pushes the the notch over here. I would say the self-made catch, I wouldn't say a notch. Yeah. So this thing over here, let me just try and show it to you guys by twisting it out. Oh, hang on, it's pretty tough. Yeah, it's proving pretty tough. Okay, so this is what the Mac looks like. I basically drilled a hole through, and then this is the original priming bar or priming handle or plunger head, whatever it is, and then I just stuck a machine screw through. Over here it's I've already epoxied everything down and super glued on like a vinyl tube to make it smoother around. It's a this is not an M4, this is I think it's an M6 nut, followed by some washers. Yeah, and then I put some springs. If you're wondering where I got all these springs, it's very simple. Just go to a hardware shop or an electronics shop or any kind of a DIY kind of place, and you know those little battery holders or battery housings that you have like for AA batteries and D size batteries. Yeah, just buy one of those for like 60 cents to $1, and then salvage the little springs at the back for the negative connectors of your batteries. These are D-sized, and the ones that are used inside the trigger mechanism, these are AA size. So yeah, it's cheap. Yep. And then so what this spring does is it constantly applies an upward pressure, because these are compression springs. So basically it's kind of like this. This is the top of the Xploderz, and it's always pushing against it. So once you reach the little hole over here, the trigger slot hole, this will go up into the hole like that, and then when you squeeze the trigger, the screw comes down and pushes this thing downward, so you just slide and snap back. So yeah, apart from that, I put the guide so that this thing would not slip out on accident, and then you wouldn't have to always align it. Yeah. And then what else I did was I actually converted it into firing darts. Now it's an internal RSCB. It's not really internal because you can see through it. That's how the blaster was designed anyway. It holds up to 6. You can actually squeeze in 7, but 6 Stefan size darts or about 4 streamline size darts. And yeah, because of the massive length and the amount of dead space inside, ranges is about 60-ish. Effective range is about 60 feet, but it can go up to about 70-75. Yeah, that's about flat. And I'm not getting 100% seal. I don't know if all what do you call this, Xploderz. Yeah, I know some people have theirs at 100% air seal, but this is like I don't know, 90%. Let me just show you guys. Yep, that's the air seal. I'll show it to you again. So I'm gonna let go now. Yep, that's a stock seal. I did nothing to the plunger head. The whole thing's the plunger. Is really simple. The RSCB, this thing. Up here is like a rubber hose. So you just get the rubber hose and then you hook it up to your T-coupler joint thingy. So now on to a firing demo. Yep, straightforward and simple. I'll be loading this thing up with white and brown foam Stefan. So this is my it's not a chopper, okay, it's an RSCB. So yeah, just twist this end cap off. Sorry, I got it on really tight. Okay, then just load it in like that, like so, and you can actually see your Stefans inside here, so you can actually count and check. It's visibly, yeah, really visible, easy for you to see how much ammo you have left in your clip. So that's like 6, as you can see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, one more inside here, sorry. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and one more about here. Yeah, so when you're done loading everything and cap back on. Yep, and I'll be firing it at the same foam board. So yeah, I haven't aligned this properly yet, so now it's aligned, so it will not slip, you see. So what you do is pull it back like so, and then you have to listen to the cut sound. Yeah, that's to ensure that this thing goes in. So as you can see, it's quite sturdy, the catch mechanism. And then yeah, dip, because it's an RSCB, dip and fire. 1, and yeah, because of the guides, it will not run out of place. Send to that thing again. 2, 3, 4. Oops. Yep. 5. Oh, one last one. Yep, all darts out. As you can see, there are no more darts traveling inside the RSCB clip area. So yeah, this is the Xploderz XRanger 2000 trigger and RSCB internal RSCB mod. If you ask me, it is very easy to do, especially if you understand an R3 catch system. So if you guys can, go ahead and fashion your own style. This was totally made out of whatever scrap parts I had left in the shop that I was clearing out. If you put your mind into it and your heart into it, I'm pretty sure you can come up with something even more spectacular or even more much more cleaner than this. But this works fine. And yeah, if you check the write-up, you'll just find out how simple it is actually to make this thing. And RSCBing your Xploderz XRanger, because the rest are all primed at the back. So RSCBing this thing is really simple. There's almost nothing for you to jam out on the internals. Just cut and fit it in, and that's it. Yep. This is definitely war friendly. I mean, my version. I don't know about if any others out there has a really powerful Xploderz, but this is definitely war friendly. Yeah. So go ahead and make one if you can. And yeah. Hope I can come up with another nice mod video soon for you guys. If not, then I apologize beforehand. Thanks for understanding. Peace.